Hi everyone and welcome back to another Wednesday baby names video. If you've not watched before, I do baby names videos every Wednesday. I also upload on a Sunday as well, and coming up to Christmas I'm doing a little special series on a Friday as well. So yeah, there's a few videos that you can check out, but on a Wednesday I do baby names. And I thought today that I would do something a little bit different because all of the names that are on my list are thanks to you guys. Maybe not you specifically watching right now, but people who have watched my videos and who have left comments below. Because I did a video about 6 months ago on unique baby girl names, and there have been hundreds of comments below it where you guys have shared some of your favourite baby names, and there were some on there that you guys shared that I just loved, and I thought, why not make a video where I share some of your unique baby girl names. So these are all ones that you guys have suggested. I've narrowed it down to 15. There were quite a few on there, so I will link that video below and you can go through the video and also watch or read the comments to check out any more names. But yeah, I thought I would choose 15 and I will tell you what those ones are. And all of these names rank below the top 500, so none of them are in the top 500 for girls' names in the UK. You can let me know maybe if they're more popular in other parts of the world, if you're watching from other parts of the world, but here in the UK, yeah, they're all pretty unique and unusual. Without further ado, let's get into this. And the first name is the name Elora, spelt E-L-O-R-A, and I just think this is a very, very pretty name. It kind of sounds like Flora, which is, oh, there's my phone dinging. Sounds like Flora, which is really in at the moment because vintage names are in. It also starts with a vowel, obviously with an E, and that is also very trendy for girls' names at the moment. And that name was suggested by a guy called Thomas Sangster. And at first I was like, oh, is there not a celebrity called that? But the celeb is called Thomas Brody Sangster. I was getting a bit excited. Maybe he watched my baby names videos, but thank you to Thomas as well for watching. And he said that one of his sisters is named this name, and he also has another sister called Zara. So your parents have lovely choices of names, because I love Zara as well. And last year there were 66 babies named Elora, and it ranked at number 638, and it's actually the most popular one on our list, but still falls beyond the top 500, and I think it is really, really pretty and very sweet for a little girl. Next, it's the name Eliana, spelled L-Y-A-N-N-A. Yes, it's another one that ends in A. There are a few of them, but I just think they're really pretty names, and I think as well having an L-Y at the beginning gives it such a lovely soft sound, and I think L names are quite feminine as well, so I think Eliana is just gorgeous. And that name was recommended by Marianne Rose B, so thank you for sharing that with us, and she just said that she loves the name, and I agree with you. I think it's a really gorgeous name. And last year there were 4 babies named this name, so really not that many, and it ranked at number 4,763. Okay, now if your partner is called Alan, then you might like this name, but I think it's a much cuter version of it, and it's the name Aulani, spelled A-L-A-N-H-I-E. So a little bit similar to Eliana, but ending with an E at the end, which I think is very cute sound for a little girl. So Aulani. And this name was suggested by somebody just called B. They commented and their name just said the letter B. So I don't know exactly who your name is, but thank you for mentioning this name. And you say that one of your friend's sisters is called Aulani, so that is where you had heard the name. And yeah, I think it's a very cute sounding little name. And yeah, as I said, if your partner is called Alan and you're maybe wanting a name to reflect his, there you go, there's Aulani. And last year there were no babies here in the UK called that name at all, so it is very, very unique. Next, it's the name Elia, which I just think is so, so sweet for a little girl. It sounds very like Ellie, obviously, but just has an A at the end, and you'd spell it E-L-L-I-A. I think this is a really, really lovely name. I have mentioned before that one of my favourite all-time names is the name Elia for a girl, so this is a slight, you know, it's quite similar, so a slight variation, so you can have Elia, and I love Elia as well. And this name was mentioned by a channel called Loved Happy, so thank you for commenting, and that is the name of your little girl. So I love your little girl's name. I think it's very, very sweet. And last year it ranked at number 1,112, and there were 31 babies named Elia. Next, it's another name beginning with A, and it's the name Evelina, spelled A-V-A-L-I-N-A. Now this name was suggested by somebody with the name L, or with the letter L in their name. It doesn't say their full name on the comment it just says Elle. So whoever you are, thank you for sharing this beautiful name. And she said that she has a niece who has this name. And last year there were absolutely no babies called Evelina here in England and Wales. So yeah, it is a very, very unusual and unique name. It sounds very similar to Evelina, which is another variation, another gorgeous name. Obviously that's EV at the beginning rather than AVA. And a lovely friend of mine and a fellow baby name vlogger called SJ Strum, you may have already checked out her channel. She will be appearing in a couple of my videos very soon. But yeah, she has a little daughter called Evelina Blossom, and she's so cute, and I just think the name is beautiful. And even with the E, so Evelina rather than AVA at the beginning, it's actually still quite an unusual name. It only ranked at number 567 last year, and only 74 babies were called Evelina. Next, it's a name which is slightly different from a lot of the other names on this list. It's a little bit more modern, and it's the name Kinsley, spelt K-Y-N-S-L-E-E. And yeah, I just think it's got a really cool sort of sound to it. It sounds quite unisex, and unisex names are very trendy at the moment because I think it could work for a girl or a boy, although I'd probably use it more for a girl. And this name was suggested by the lovely 3-dog mum, so thank you very much for mentioning that, or I think mom it is, M-O-M. And it's also very unique because there were absolutely no babies called Kinsley in the UK last year. Next, it's the name Leora, spelled L-E-O-R-A. If you're looking for a slightly more unusual name beginning with L, then maybe Leora is one for you. It obviously sounds a bit like Laura, but just a slight variation of that. And I actually can't remember who suggested this name because it wasn't underneath my unique baby names videos. I think it was under one of my other ones. So if it was you that commented, then thank you very much for leaving this name. I think it's beautiful. I wrote it down on the list, on my list of baby names whenever I saw that you'd commented it. So whoever you are, thank you very much. Maybe comment below and let me know. But I think, yeah, this is just a very, very pretty name. And last year there were only 8 babies named Leora, and it ranked at number 2,966. Now it's the name Eliana, spelled I-L-E-A-N-A. I think I've spelled that right. Hopefully it should be up on the screen anyway. And this name was suggested by Brandy Bay, who says that she just really, really loves the name. Now there is an alternative spelling of it which is more popular, and it's with an E at the beginning, and it is E-L-I-A-N-A, or you can spell it with 2 L's, so E-L-L-I-A-N-A. And it is more popular as a name because last year there were 200 babies named Eliana with an E at the beginning, but spelling it with an I at the beginning, so I-L-E-A-N-A, there are only 4 babies. Okay, next, it's another name I think sounds really cute, and it's the name Elowyn, spelled E-L-L-O-W-Y-N. And I was actually really surprised because I thought this name would be more popular, but actually there were no babies called this here last year. So I'm quite surprised about that because I definitely thought it would be more popular, but I think it's just very cute for a little girl. And that name was mentioned by Concert Addict 1992. Whoever you are, thank you very much for commenting and letting us know the name. And it's actually your daughter's name. So I think, yeah, you've got very good taste in names because I absolutely love Elowyn. Next, it's another name beginning with K, and it's the name Keanu, spelled K-E-A-N-A. Yeah, I think that's right. And it obviously sounds very like Keanu, but it's the more feminine version. And that name was actually mentioned to me by a Keanu who said that her name was quite unique, and I think it is. I've never heard actually of anybody called Keanu apart from yourself. So thank you for sharing that. It's Keanu Redpath, so thank you for sharing that with us. And the name hasn't been registered here in the UK for the last 6 years. The last time it was registered was in 2010 when there were 8 babies named Keanu, but since then there have been none. Okay, next, if you're looking for a name beginning with a P, then maybe you'll like this next one. It's the name Petra, spelled P-A-Y T-R-A, and that was mentioned to me by a girl called Petra Lachey. So thank you for telling us about your name, and she just liked her name because it is unusual. Again, it's a name I have never heard of, and it's actually one that has not ranked. I couldn't find any data even for the last 10 years, so I don't think there have been any babies here in the UK called Petra in the last 10 years. Maybe you know differently. If you do, leave it below. And also, if you're from other parts of the world, do you know this name? Is it quite popular wherever you are? Yeah, leave any comments below and let me know. Right, I'm getting through this list rightly. There are only 4 more names, and this next one is quite a long one, so if you're looking for a longer name, you probably could shorten it to different names, but it is the name Briella, but it's spelt with a Y at the beginning, so it's spelled Y-I-S-R-A-E-L-L-A. Hoping I spelled that right. Let me double check. Yes, Ysraella. And that name was mentioned to me by Lacey Pitchford. So thank you for mentioning that name to me. I think it is your niece that is called that name. So I think it's a beautiful name. Israel is obviously quite a sort of popular and trendy name for a boy at the moment. I really like it for a boy as well. So why not have a female version and make it a little bit more unique by adding a Y at the beginning. You don't get many names that start with a Y, so if you are looking for one, then I think Israella may be the one for you. In terms of popularity, yes, it's not surprising that there were no babies called this name at all last year, or in fact for like the 10 years previous. Next, it's the name Tana, spelled T-A-N-N-A-H. And obviously that sounds a bit like Hannah, and you may have heard of the name Tana before because of Gordon Ramsay's wife. She's called Tana, but she spells it T-A-N-A. So if you're looking for something a little bit more unusual, then maybe spell it with a double N and an H at the end, T-A-N-N-A-H. And thanks to Mackenzie Cohen, who mentioned that name, just saying that it was a name that she really loved and was on her list of baby girls' names. So thank you for sharing that with us. And last year there were no babies here called Tana. In fact, the last time there were any babies called Tana here was back in 2011 when there were 3 babies called Tana. Okay, we're on to our second to last name, and it's a name which I had never heard of until somebody commented this name below my last unique baby names video, and it's the name Rinoa, spelled R-I-N-O-A. And I think this is just such a different, unusual, lovely name. It's obviously got the A sound at the end. I love Oa as well at the end, so I think it's really cute. And it's nice to have a name beginning with R. A lot of them we start with vowels and L's and things, so it's nice to have an R letter in there. And this name was mentioned to me by, let me get the name right, Chrissy Loves Thomas 06, because that is your daughter's name. So thank you for sharing that name with us. Now, as I said, I'd never heard of it before, so I thought maybe it wouldn't have ranked at all, but there were actually 7 babies last year called Rinoa. So yeah, it's not completely, you know, obscure and not known, because there are 7 babies in the UK. Let me know if you're one, well, I don't think a baby would be able to tell me, but maybe you are a mother and you had a baby called Rinoa. So yeah, ranked at number 3,214 last year. And the final name on my list that you guys have mentioned to me is the name Briella, spelled B-R-I-E-L-L-A. I think this is a really pretty name, and also I wanted to mention it because a lovely girl called Briella wisely commented on one of my last videos saying nobody ever mentions my name in these lists. So I was like, I'm gonna mention it, but I also do really love it. I'm not just mentioning it for that reason. And the funny thing about it is it ranks at the exact same number as the last name we just mentioned, Rinoa, because there were 7 babies named this last year, so it ranked at number 3,214. I think that was right. Yeah, 3,214, so it ranked exactly the same place as Rinoa. So they're similar in terms of uniqueness and popularity. But yeah, I just think it's a really lovely name. And I thought I would end the video, Briella, by sharing your name because you said people never do. So it's now in this video. So I hope you enjoyed all of those names. Let me know what you think of any of them. Also, please leave comments below with any unique baby girls' names that you love. They can be ones that you've just completely made up if you want, always makes it really interesting, or ones that you've heard and just really love. Please leave them below, because I might do another one of these videos where I share some of your suggestions again, and it's really always lovely to hear from you. So yeah, please say hello and leave any comments below. I'll be back soon with another video, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you're all well. Take care, bye.